On September 11th, 2023, one of the most recognizable names in Las Vegas went dark. Slot machines across MGM's casinos froze. Hotel keycards stopped working, locking 50,000 guests out of their rooms. The reservation system collapsed, and it all started with a single phone call to the help desk. Not a sophisticated exploit, not a zero-day vulnerability. A phone call. MGM Resorts is a hospitality giant. 31 casino resorts across the United States, Macau, and Japan. Over 50,000 hotel rooms in Las Vegas alone. Aria, Bellagio, Mandalay Bay, the MGM Grand. These properties generate billions in revenue annually, and every single one depends on a single digital nervous system. Reservations, keycards, slot machines, payroll, loyalty programs, all connected. This is the MGM breach. The attack that proved the most expensive hack in hospitality history didn't need malware, exploits, or advanced persistent threats. It needed a convincing voice on the phone. Here's exactly how Scattered Spider social engineered their way past every firewall MGM had, and why your help desk is your weakest link. The attackers called themselves Scattered Spider. English speaking, late teens to early 20s. No nation-state backing, no APT group infrastructure. Just sharp social engineers who understood one thing. Humans are easier to hack than computers. They partnered with the ALPHV ransomware gang, better known as BlackCat, who provided the encryption payload once the door was open. The help desk is trained to help. That's the job. And the hacker's job is to exploit that helpfulness. Trust is not a vulnerability until someone weaponizes it. Step 1. The phone call. A member of Scattered Spider called MGM's help desk. They claimed to be an IT employee. They knew internal lingo. They had enough information from LinkedIn and public sources to sound credible. They said their phone was broken. They couldn't receive their multi-factor authentication token, and they needed a password reset right now because they were on a critical deadline. Step 2. The reset. The help desk agent, trying to be helpful, reset the password. Maybe they verified with a question that was guessable from public data. Maybe they skipped verification entirely because the caller sounded stressed and legitimate. The attacker now had a fresh password. And because the help desk can bypass multi-factor authentication, the attacker walked straight past what should have been the strongest gate. Step 3. Pivoting. With one legitimate identity inside MGM's Okta system, the attacker didn't stop. They escalated privileges. They accessed other accounts. They moved laterally across the identity provider to reach systems that control slot machines, hotel keycards, and reservation databases. One compromised identity became 10. 10 became 100. The entire digital nervous system was exposed. Step 4. Deployment. Once they had sufficient access, the attackers deployed ALPHV BlackCat ransomware across MGM's infrastructure. Slot machines froze. Keycards stopped working. Guests stood in hallways, unable to enter their rooms. The reservation system went offline. For 10 days, MGM's digital operations were paralyzed, and every single step traced back to that one phone call. And social engineering isn't only digital. Groups like Scattered Spider are known for working in 3 dimensions. Beyond phishing and phone calls, their playbook has included physical tailgating, following a real employee through a secure door to reach systems from the inside. The point isn't that this is how MGM specifically fell. It's that the same mindset that talks its way past a help desk will happily walk past a security guard, too. The numbers tell the story. Over $100 million in direct losses. 10 days of operational paralysis. 50,000 hotel rooms affected. Multiple casino properties impacted. Guest data potentially exposed. And the group behind it? A loosely organized crew of English-speaking teenagers who understood one thing better than MGM's entire security team. People trust people. So what went wrong? 3 critical failures. 1. The help desk had no out-of-band identity verification. A phone call shouldn't be enough to reset a password. 2. The identity system didn't detect anomalous login behavior after the reset. 3. Privilege escalation wasn't caught early. Any one of these 3 controls, properly implemented, would have broken the chain. Here's how to defend against this. First, out-of-band verification. If someone calls for a password reset, call them back on a known number, or verify through a separate channel. Second, behavioral monitoring. If an account suddenly accesses systems it's never touched before, trigger an alert and require re-verification. Third, least privilege. A help desk reset should never grant access to slot machines and financial systems. Fourth, security culture. Train your help desk that being helpful and being secure are the same job. The one lesson. The most expensive cyber attack in hospitality history didn't exploit a software flaw. It exploited human nature. Every firewall, every endpoint agent, every intrusion detection system was perfectly configured. And none of them mattered, because the attacker walked in through the front door, holding a phone, and asked nicely. Your technology is only as strong as the human who answers the phone. If you want to see how another social engineering attack hijacked an entire AI coding assistant, and what that means for your development pipeline, that autopsy is on screen now. And if you're not subscribed yet, this is the channel that recreates real breaches on screen so you understand exactly how they work. Hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next one.